Dana Schwartz, and this is Rise or Die, the official companion podcast for Peacock's original series, Those About to Die. On this podcast, I go behind the scenes with the show's cast and creators to learn how they brought their brutal vision of Rome to life.
Gosh, people will freak out.
Rise or Die launches on July 18th. Watch or listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Finding a new podcast to listen to is easy. Finding a good new podcast, that's a little tougher. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. If you like fascinating information you can use in your life from some of the top experts in the world, you're going to like Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and recently we've covered topics like the benefits of laughing, the science of dreaming, where your deep desires come from, even how to make the perfect burger. We produce 3 episodes a week, and each episode is packed with rock-solid intel that will make your life better. And we have a lot of fun doing it. Something You Should Know has been ranked on the Apple Podcast charts every day for over 7 years. A lot of people like this podcast, and you will too. Listen to Something You Should Know wherever you get your podcasts. Look for the bright yellow light bulb on the blue background. It's Something You Should Know.
Welcome back to Angel on Top, a podcast where we watch and discuss every episode of Angel, one by one, spoiler-free, and in tandem with our arch nemesis, those terrible, no-good, monstrous women over at Buffering the Vampire Slayer. I'm your co-host, LaToya Ferguson, a.k.a. the Cordelia Chase of the Bufferingverse, a.k.a. one half of the Gunn Squad, Bang Bang, a.k.a. Arby's Crinkle Fry Vodka, a.k.a. Forever Alone, a.k.a. Gwen Radin's red hair streak, a.k.a. I transferred from Sunnydale, your jail has no gymnastics team, this is a last resort, a.k.a. even more annoying new nicknames to come.
And I'm your co-host, Morgan Lutich, a.k.a. the Winifred Burkle of the Bufferingverse, a.k.a. the other half of the Gunn Squad, Pow Pow, a.k.a. Arby's Curly Fry Vodka, a.k.a. LaToya's #1 fan, a.k.a. Gwen Radin's white hair streak, a.k.a. I get to be Kirsten Dunst. That never happens in my life. This rules. a.k.a. even more annoying nicknames to come.
And this week, we're watching Angel Season 4, Episode 13, Salvage. Salvage was written by David Fury and directed by Jefferson Kibbe. It aired on the WB on March 5th, 2003.
And this is the one where Wes's brain finally starts working again. He loses his somewhat girlfriend, which reminds him about redemption, which reminds him about Faith. So he decides to go get her so he can actually start kicking some ass and taking some names. And thank God he does.
Previously on Angel, the rain of fire, even blotting out the sun. Those are only the first steps to something bigger. And like I have these previously like burned into my brain, honestly. Like this season in general, but like especially this episode because I've like watched it 5 million times. We need Angelus. They took out Angel's soul and put it in a jar. Angelus reveals that Cordy fucked Connor, but not so long ago. So let's keep a note of that. Let's see. The Beast, he has a boss. Beast makes a bone blade for his boss. Angel's soul, it's gone. Lila shows up. Milky-eyed Cordy says she can bring Angel back. Fake reinstalled Angel with the singing. Angelus out and about. It's worth noting, because I don't think we actually noted it, that Cordy killed Lila with the bone blade. What?
Oh.
Why do you think I let him out? No ADR bitch line, so what was the point? Also, before I watched these previouslys, I accidentally rewatched the Calvary previouslys. And yeah, they really did tighten, like, close up to make it look like Gunn hit Fred on purpose.
Fun to get mad about that all over again last night as I listened to the episode.
Yep. As is customary, I have to note what was happening with Dawson's Creek. It was a rerun, which so it got less ratings than the Angel episode, which is new. But the Angel episode did get 2.3 million viewers, probably because it was going against rerun. It was going against the rerun after the rerun Halloween episode of Dawson's Creek called Living Dead Girl, aka, according to every television site, aka Halloweeny. I've never heard that episode title for that episode of Dawson's Creek. Not even the WB promo subtitle was Halloweeny. It just said Halloween surprise.
Halloween surprise. I guess Halloweeny sounds cuter, for sure.
But this episode is not about people sounding cute.
Fair. As someone who has never seen Dawson's Creek, I've seen, I believe, 2 episodes.
Yeah, this has
I'm not one to talk.
In the promo too. It's just like Busy Phillips, Audrey. She dumps Pacey and she like even slaps him too. So yeah,
this is a hardcore one.
Yeah, it's not a Halloweeny type episode. But I did want to note that episode title "Living Dead Girl," which is of course the song that plays when Faith is sexy dance fighting in the episode of Angel 5x5.
So important.
So important.
It's all connected. So this episode obviously features the return of a fan favorite, Connor. He's back. Faith is in this episode, and thank God she was. The way I remember so many things about this episode, whereas my memory of every other thing we've talked about is non-existent this season, but I remember Faith bursting through the prison glass. Like every second of that is burned into my gay little head. I just love it.
Yeah.
No notes.
Me and my buddy Chris, when we would like watch and rewatch these episodes in college, like that moment specifically, we'd always just reference like step away from the glass. It's like, come on, let's fucking go.
Like, God, it's just like this season has been so miserable. It feels amazing to just like have Eliza Dushku essentially just like show up and be like, I'm just gonna do like jam out for a minute. Like I'm just gonna do a huge guitar solo and be the best ever of all time always and just make this bearable for a minute. Girl, I love you. Thank you. Braver than any U.S. Marine.
I miss this woman.
Rules. I missed her so goddamn much. Let's get into the episode so we can talk about her, because I'm obsessed. Our episode begins without her. Stupid. I hate it. We're in the Hyperion hallway, and Jealous finds Lila's corpse and is like, you're already dead. Like, you can't even slurp anything out of this.
Well, that's no fun. And as this episode goes on, here's the reason why I chose Angelus as my fuck watch in this first episode. It's because, like, after the first 2 episodes, he becomes a very talky Angelus. And Angelus is always liked to talk. Like, I love the episode of Buffy Passion, which is him just voiceovering all over the place. It's great, though. But here at this point, it's like, he kind of feels just like David Boreanaz. Not saying that David Boreanaz is, like, abhorrent like Angelus, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's kind of feels like quipping. A guy. Like, in the quipping, yeah, it starts to feel a little generic, and I think they've done such a good job of withholding Angelus from us and, like, keeping that specialness alive that it does kind of start to get less and less special as we have more of him.
It's because he is the lead of his own show now in Angelus, so you can't, like, just take him off the board as, like, the villain, because this is a show. He's number 1 on the call sheet.
So I've heard. And yeah, it is really weird, and it's smart of you to point that out. Wes and Gunn find Angelus trying to slurp up whatever's left inside of Lila.
So warm, clearly. So he's like, I guess, because there's no one to eat on the street, so he needs something. He's freaking hungry.
He's not sad. He's freaking hungry. And he is like, oh, hey, this is embarrassing. And he makes some joke about how, like, she's too tart.
Yeah, as I put in my notes, he makes a pussy-eating joke to Wes.
Yeah, and I'm like, guys, don't threaten me with a good time. And then Lila is just, like, dead, and he runs away. And he's like, bye.
As he tells him, this isn't what it looks like. And he's telling the truth.
It isn't, because, yeah, he didn't do it. In the lobby, Cordy's pulling the arrow out of her leg.
Which, cool of her to be able to kill Lila with that in her leg.
Yeah, I guess she's super strong. And then she goes, "It's starting," and smiles. And I write in my notes,
Yeah, Connor goes off to sulk, and it's like, "It started," and then makes a smile.
The smile is so dastardly, and I find it very frustrating. Obviously, we get a reveal that Cordy is in league with the Beast, that
she's its master,
the Beast's boss, but we don't get an explanation of what the fuck's going on beyond that.
But we get some more stuff, at least, for, like I laughed so hard when she faints, basically, to keep Connor to stay. It's hilarious.
It's like, I honestly think she should have just been like, "Connor, stay, I'll give you a kiss." Yeah, it would have been easier. But the fainting is very funny. It's just, this is clearly a reveal that is going to happen in stages. So there's some stuff that we can't fully talk about yet with Cordelia, which is
the one thing I am trying to parse still in terms of all the machinations. I know it's like why specifically she wanted Angelus out.
Right.
That part I think is like the one wobbly thing here.
Yeah. So we cut to titles. We come back. We're in the hall. We are bagging Lila up.
Oof. Yeah. I try to make it less sad by saying the gang's just staring at Lila's body, the little freaks.
Yeah, it's like shallow grave o'clock. I'm not feeling good about
After Connor being so good last episode, the bitching is in full force this episode.
What is up his ass? Like, he was being okay last week. He is like, "I want to go after Angelus. Like, this is all stupid. Like, fuck you guys." And Wes is like, Wes and Cordy are like, "No, there's no need for us to go after him. He'll come right back here. We're the people Angelus wants to hurt."
Yeah, right now he's just like, "I don't need to be around this," but like he's gonna come back to fuck with them. That's what he does.
Yeah, it's his favorite thing to do, is to be mean to people who like have the audacity to like him. So Connor's like, "I want to kill him," and Wes is like,
say, Wesley being good leader in this episode. He's back, baby.
Did he get hit real hard on the head and everything like slotted back into place? Like, suddenly Wes is good again.
It could help that none of the Fred stuff was in this episode.
There is absolutely zero Wes Fred in this episode, and Wes is better than ever, so...
Yeah, he basically tries to call Connor a fucking idiot. He's like, "That's just the kind of reckless thing that allowed Angelus to double back and get the drop on us, doofus."
Yeah, he's truly like, "We've been being dumb." And I'm like, "Yes, Wes, you have. Glad you've caught up about that." Fred is like, "But we should have a plan, Like, Lauren suggests the sanctuary spell that used to be over Caritas.
And Connor sneers, "Magic. Magic again." I'm like, "Shut up, Holtz Jr."
Like, shut up, bitch. Like, nobody asked you, Scrappy Doo. He's Scrappy doing so hard in this episode.
He says, "You people rely way too much on that junk." And we call Angelus for his using "you people." But look at this kid.
Well, as if this kid hasn't already had uses "you people" energy. Like,
Of course he says it to Lorne. Of course he says "you people" to Lorne.
Yes, because he sucks. They're like, "Why didn't the spell work to put Angel's soul back in? How could Lorne get tricked when he listened to Angel sing? Like, what's all this? Like, how does any of this make sense?" And isn't Cordy like, "Hey, let's not think about that too much," or something like that?
Yeah, she immediately is like, "Hey, yeah, don't put blame. No one needs to put blame on him." It's like he wasn't really putting blame on him. She's just like, deflect.
Wise, smart. Connor says they should dismember Lila because maybe she was turned. And Gunn is like, "That probably could not have happened this fast." But Wes is like, "I will do it. Goodbye. I'm going to go be alone with my pain."
And I'm like, it's kind of funny that Connor's been tricked twice into having to destroy a corpse that he thought was turning into a vampire. But like, it couldn't because they was like just poked in the neck.
Yeah.
This happened twice to this kid.
It's like, dude, do you know anything? Like, did you actually learn anything?
At least in this case, Lila does have the vampire bite because Angel did go in there.
He did give her a little nibble. I write in my notes, I hate everything because I'm very upset about Lila's death.
Well, the thing that it was really glossed over that you even ignore is that so it's like she could be turning, like he could sired, and Gunn's like, wouldn't have been enough time for that, and Connor's like, you don't know that. He's like, and Gunn's about to say, I know that because my sister was turned. Like he's about to say that before Wes cuts him off.
Yeah, he's like, I actually know from personal experience about this. Yeah, and of course, like, again, Gunn and Connor could have been good.
Especially, Gunn never talks about that. He only talked to Fred about that.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and like, wouldn't that get Connor to like shut the hell up a little bit? Like, you're not the only one who's been through anything difficult, dude. Mm-hmm. Which I know is a very teenage thing, but yeah.
Sister became a vampire. He had to kill himself. Come on.
Mm-hmm. That's some sad shit. She said weird, horny stuff to him. It wasn't good.
I didn't care
really
for
upsetting. We're just shaking our heads. It's silent, but we're just imagine both of us just shaking our heads very fast.
Yeah, it's not. Can't wait to go back and talk about that episode.
Oh God, yes. But anyways, so we go to a North Hollywood pool hall.
Yes, I'm glad you clocked that as well.
Yes, Angelus arrives at what I've called Vamp Central, and he's like, I'm back, baby. Like, it's me, your conquering hero. Like, Angelus is here. Yeah! And everybody's like, woo! It's very funny. It's very, very funny. A lady comes up to him and is like, do you remember me from 1845?
Come on now.
It's like, girl, you had your fun back then. Do not try. Like, if you survived fucking Angelus and, like, got to, like, go live the rest of your life, you should be happy. You should, like, quit while you are ahead. But, yeah,
this is the girl we need to tell, don't embarrass yourself.
This is a girl who needs to not embarrass herself, but she does embarrass herself, and Angelus kills her with a pool cue because, you know, everybody always wants something. Like, he hates fame, even though he loves it. Very complicated relationship there. He goes up to this big floppy demon with all these horns on his head. Loved the look of this guy. And he's like, hey, tell me about the beast. And, you know, he's like, can I get a, like, autograph for someone? And, like, Angelus chokes him out and is like, no, you can't get anything. And some other guy's like, hey, I saw the beast. So, Angelus has a new lead. Then, in the basement, we have a Wes and Lila's corpse scene. Lila's corpse opens her eyes and says,
"My so glum. It is kind of what you wanted, isn't it? I mean, deep down, me out of the picture. Utterly, finally. You can't get outer than this. It makes your life simpler, doesn't it? Cleaner?
I didn't want this.
He didn't ask for this. Nobody ever does.
I am very sad. I'm very upset. She tells him, you know, you hated yourself for being with me or loving being with me or whatever. It sucks, but now you're free. Shouldn't you be super stoked? Wes is not super stoked.
Yeah, I think it hits the nail on the head when she says, you hated yourself for loving being with me. Yeah. And Wes, like... him trying to say it wasn't a relationship, and she clowns on him with that one.
Yeah, she's like, you got a signed $1 bill in your wallet that says the fucking opposite.
He kept the $1 bill.
He kept it. And he says, you didn't love me to her. You couldn't. He is so... angry.
In denial. Angry in denial, yeah.
Like, he's just like, he's refusing everything good in her now that he can no longer save her.
He's also like, he's trying to pretend he's not still the guy he became. It's like, as soon as he rejoined the team, like, all this has been him trying to sneak his way back into being the old Wes, even though it doesn't fit him. And he still, again, hasn't said sorry.
And
which is something that is noted here. He can't say fucking sorry, except for her. He can only say sorry to her.
Well, yeah, because she's gone. And so he's saying sorry to himself. Men. But I appreciate, not to bring up Wes and Fred, even though I know we have had angry yelly conversations about that mostly, but that also feels like a regression. This desire to return to something familiar and safe and, the thing he wanted before. It feels almost like that's something he should have outgrown as well. And yet he's trying to return to all of these things. And he tells her, he doesn't believe that she could have loved him because she's too bad. And Lila says, we'll never know now. And that is a real bummer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So Angelus is brought to this wash or something by this abandoned area.
Once again, the First Street Bridge is prominent.
Hello, Los Angeles. So the vampires have brought Angelus there, and Angelus immediately walks off and is I think I'm gonna find something over here.
But they don't follow him, but they do stick around because they're his minions for the episode.
These dudes have a fun little vibe. There's not a lot to them, but I appreciate those two actors trying to give them each a bit of color. It's cute.
I was gonna say, so the Wes Lila stuff's very Macbeth. We could say that these two are Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
I would love to say that. Yes.
That's Shakespeare, baby.
Baby, treading the boards. So then in the Hyperion lobby, Fred and Gunn got some spices for the potion. It's very cute.
No scary spice. I saw no baby spice.
Rude. I saw no posh spice.
Where was Sporty? Where was Sporty Spice?
That's Connor.
Is that Gunn?
No. Gunn is posh.
Gunn is posh. Cordelia is posh.
Cordelia is posh.
Cordelia, when she's acting herself, is posh.
Mm-hmm. Gunn is baby.
And I'm Cordelia, Malcolm.
Dry clean only melody. So Lorne has gotten on the phone with the Furies. He has a modified version of the spell that's going to work. Connor's still I say we kill him. I'm mad.
I write, God, fuck Connor. No wonder Kartheiser has no fond memories of this role.
Yeah, all he does is repeat himself over and over and be I want to do the opposite of what everyone else wants to do, and everyone ignores him.
He does bring up slucks, though.
Fred, this is one of Fred's only lines in this episode. She interrupts and she's but Wes says, and I'm I hate this.
I'm not going to push against it in this episode because Wes is actually being the leader he's supposed to be.
I know, but I hate that one of Fred's only lines is being we all have to listen to Wes. To which Connor responds, I don't give a flying sluck what Wes says.
Slucks.
Love a sluck mention.
He also mentions later being the destroyer. I'm what? Season 3 is happening again?
And I love it. I would love to be back there when nothing hurt.
All those CDs, so expensive.
Those expensive CDs. Those were the days. So Gunn's hey, Wes is actually right about this. Stop being so annoying.
I put in my notes, look at mature-ass Gunn.
Look at that beautiful boy. And Connor is he has to be destroyed and I'm the destroyer. Blech.
Yeah, I'm just following his rules. And then Lorne goes, now you listen to him.
So Cordy faints so Connor will stay. Very funny.
It's so fucking funny. Oh, I've got the vapors.
Oh, no.
It is that SNL sketch of Cecily Strong just fainting everywhere.
Yes, it's great. I love it for her. Very dramatic. And then Gunn and Lorne have a little bit of an aside where they're hey, we really gotta fucking control this annoying kid.
Who can do it?
Who? I don't know. Coincidentally, we cut to a Northern California jail and I see my beautiful wife for the first time in years.
You know what? There's the sun in Stockton, California, that's for sure.
I love her. Faith is here. She's out in the yard. She's looking good.
Yeah, she is.
I don't even know. Like, I've been waiting. And she's here. Eliza looks so good. No one's hair can look that good in prison, but like, if someone could do it, it would be Faith.
I believe in her.
We see her in the yard doing pull-ups. I'm weak. I'm unwell. And then I have in my notes written, Deb really tries it.
Well, Deb is constantly really trying it, whether it's trying to stab a Slayer, trying to shoot a Slayer at career day. She's always trying it. Is that not why she's in prison? Because she shot Oz and she tried to shoot Buffy? And what's my line? That's her.
Oh my God. Yeah. I love it. Okay, then yes. I bet that is why she's
I wonder if anyone else has any opinions on Deb and what she did to go to prison.
I would love to know, but I don't know. Will we ever find someone?
Kristin's Corner. Kristin's Corner. It's all Riley Tops and what the fuck, and Cordy is hot. Kristin's Corner is the place for very deep thoughts.
Unexpectedly, I had no idea who that was. Just kidding. Expectedly. That's amazing. Good job, LaToya, for knowing all of the facts. I had no idea. I was like, oh, yeah, resident lesbian in prison trying to fuck shit up. But really, my head is full of Faith. I can't stop thinking about Faith. I screamed for this whole episode. So if you want me to talk about Deb, it's really just Deb tried to attack Faith. What do you want to hear about Faith?
Talk about Faith. Talk about the whole episode, my friend.
Faith beats her up. Deb said she just needed the money. The casualness with which she's like, "Hey, Deb, come on."
Again, she tried to shoot a teenage Slayer in her high school.
I'm sorry.
At career day.
Eliza Dushku just doing chin-ups. Like no cuts, no camera tricks. Just doing them to murder.
Let's get her on the salmon ladder immediately.
She should go back to prison one more time for murdering me. With that. Listen, I don't even know how to consolidate my feelings to a corner for this episode, truthfully, because there are so many small moments of Faith, but I'm so happy.
Do you want to just be the guest now?
Yeah, I never leave. I'm just here for the rest of the episode. I'm so happy I'm just so happy she's back, you guys. I'm just so happy. Like, I knew it was coming. Clearly, we cut to a prison. Clearly, I knew she was going to come around the corner, and yet still, I couldn't contain myself and screamed alone in my house with my cats when that reveal happened. I didn't even know the glass breaking was happening. Like, I didn't even know that was coming. I screamed simply at her arrival. And actually, Morgan, you saying, like, I remembered, of all the episodes, I remembered this one. I was like, it's funny that I didn't. But then I remembered, controversial, but when I first watched Buffy, it took me a really long time to like Faith. I did not like Faith out of the gates. I know. I don't have any excuses. I apologize.
This corner is canceled.
I've gone to confession many times.
And people wonder why there's a feud.
Yeah. I'll admit, I also struggled with Faith when I watched the show when I was 15, because she was so, in my mind, she was so mean to Buffy, and Buffy tried, like Buffy did try to like make it work, and like, it just couldn't. And I found myself like very hurt by season 3, But then by 4, I was just like, oh, she needs a buddy. And then watching Angel, she's so good on this show. The stuff they allow her to have in the show is so much better, I think, than a lot of her Buffy material.
I also say the indicator of whether or not you had a well-adjusted childhood or not is whether or not you related to Buffy or Faith in this, and that you were like, oh, she's so mean to Buffy. I'm like, no, Faith is like, look at how this girl is destroying her. Let her live with you. Like, I was saying that as a kid. It's like, yeah, no, I always like latched on to Faith. And like even through a lot of the stuff where it's like, come on, you guys were not trying to be her friend. You were like judging her every fucking second. Like you did not help her. Like when she accidentally killed the deputy mayor, like you like fucking biffed that so hard.
No, and I mean, like I didn't watch it as a child. I watched it when I was like,
but I know I'm just saying in general, the psychosis, like the way you react that tells me how your childhood was.
Yeah, well. Slightly incorrect on the analysis of my childhood versus Faith, but also it wasn't I definitely did not have a well-adjusted childhood. But
Nora.
But that said, like my issue, I was not like first of all, I wasn't anti-Faith. I just like had a hard time with her character, and it wasn't because I felt like she was shitty to Buffy. I just like didn't get it at first. Like I don't know. Like when I go back now, I'm like, how could I have not been a Faith fan from the jump? But I don't know. I was really attached to Spike. I was like really head over heels for Spike on my first viewing. I had I'm really selling myself out in this corner, but like I didn't really have a deep, like I liked Anya, but like how did I not obsess over Anya? How was I not completely...
Yeah, seriously, what's wrong with you?
You know what I think is wrong with me is Jenny Owen Young's, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because Jenny... I mean, this doesn't really explain Faith, but Jenny made me watch the, like, in order... Like, I watched Buffy, but then I watched Angel... as many episodes of Angel as it would take me to get back to Buffy. And I really feel like I was very disjointed from that because I usually just wanted to get back to Buffy. It did a huge disservice to Angel because of that. And I feel like, I don't know, was my friend. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that Faith is here and
she's here.
Really excited. And also... just a couple of things, and then I'm probably going to jump in and scream about some stuff later because you can't contain me for this episode.
You can just be a guest now. Tell her about how we made Michael Jason a guest halfway through one of our podcasts.
Yes. Very recently, I got too stoned over on the Vampire Diaries and invited Michael to join the episode mid-episode. So he came home from work, watched the episode that we were covering while we were discussing it, and joined halfway through the episode, and it was very successful. So
it was very long because Morgan was very stoned, and Jill and I got stoned through osmosis.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm a bad influence, it turns out.
So there is precedent, just so you know.
Great. First of all, 15th of all, in the Buffyverse, we are very frustrated because why has no one rapped on the fucking prison glass for Faith over there? What the fuck?
Because Buffy's a stubborn bitch.
Buffy's a stubborn bitch. Like,
you know what happens when she comes to LA or Stockton.
And like, we've talked a lot about how fucking shittily Faith has been treated since day one in the Buffyverse. And to her own point, that like Angel was literally the only one who ever actually stuck it through with her. And, like, seeing Wes go to fucking prison to sit across from that glass and knowing that no motherfucker has fucking gone to sit and fucking see how this girl is doing made me want to break everything in my house.
Well, I figure Angel hasn't since he became a dad, because he did used to go visit her, and Wes didn't because he is... he's not going to forgive her for what she did. He's not going to apologize for what he did.
No, and that wasn't to Angel. That was to my crew. That was to my crew. Okay?
Oh, yeah, those people.
They're not that
they're garbage.
far. Go up and see your girl. Go fucking check in on her. Fuck that
shit.
Who
of them would? Like, I mean, Giles, I could see doing it.
Giles, maybe, but I'm like, Anya didn't know her, really.
No, Anya,
like,
but Buffy should have fucking been up there, okay? I'm sorry. I know she's a stubborn bitch, but like...
At least write her a fucking letter or something.
Buffy believes in forgiveness and redemption, except for when it comes to Faith.
Yes, exactly.
She's forgiving her from afar. I think Buffy
Faith did horrible things to me. So did Spike.
Also, Buffy, you stabbed her in the stomach. Left her for dead. You guys were girlfriends.
You were girlfriends. And, like, she's also someone who understood you more than anyone has ever been able to. And yet, like, I think for Buffy, it's, like, it's too painful to touch on. like ever. Like it's clearly such an open wound, and that's not an excuse I'm making on her behalf, but just how I assume she must feel.
Buffy's not well adjusted enough to go do it.
Yeah,
no, and
that's fair. She has been through a little bit in the last couple of years, but still, I'm just upset that this girl has been here with virtually no one going to fucking see her.
I could almost see Xander doing it and not telling anyone.
Yeah.
I could actually almost see it do it.
Yeah, I
could too.
Because I do think she's important to him because he's a sentimental chump. And
he just gave his Dawn speech the last episode. You know what I mean? Like he you know what? Fucking, as much as I hate to give Xander credit, I always do it when it's due. And I think you're right, LaToya. I think he has fucking gotten in his little purple car and driven up there. To see Faith.
Why doesn't he have a truck? He should have a truck.
Well, he should have a truck. He's in construction.
We're mad at him again.
He's letting his guys use it.
I will remain around. I won't play my jingle out, but I will.
Much like Coolio,
I'm only
Kristen's around.
Scream when absolutely necessary for the plot. Last thing that I will say as a part of my official corner is that last episode of Angel on Top, I was like, this is the gayest episode ever. I actually think this one outgayed it. We have Faith in prison doing fucking pull-ups. We've got Deb. We've got the fucking boys getting back together. The boys are back in town. The Beast and Angel are like smoochy smoochy. They're so excited.
Guess who just got back today? The Beast and Angelus.
And we have fucking Angel talking about threesomes with the Beast and Faith. We've got fucking Lila, dead and alive, flirting with Wes. That's
also a threesome.
It's also a threesome. It's the threesome episode of Angel, but I think it outgays the last one. So I hope we're on an upward slope. I hope it just keeps getting gayer.
Please, God.
Keeps getting gayer. And I should also note, Deb, since you had no idea who that was, it's interesting. She had like a ceremonial knife or something. Yeah. And like, who paid her? Like, what's the deal, huh?
Yeah, she was like, I needed the money. And there's a bejeweled blade. So put that in your Shanshu prophecy. Then, in the basement with Wes and Lila is
she's still dead and she's still talking.
She's still dead. She's still talking. Women can do anything. Lila says, you couldn't save me. And Wes is like, yeah, wasn't trying to save you. Actually, pretty embarrassing for you.
First she's like, well, yeah, I saved you from the beast. So yeah, I saved you. Like, shut up.
Shut up. You have a feeling, bitch. Admit it. Lila reminds him, she's like, you know, I'm your subconscious, so you are talking to yourself, right? Like, I'm obviously right. You gave a shit about this, about us.
And that confirms that, like, this is just, like, a subconscious thing and not, like, you know, Wolfram and Hart doing some fuckery, because you know they can do some fuckery. Oh, God, and I know later in the season there's some other, like, I don't know if questionable is the word, but it's like you're not sure what exactly is it. You know, with the first bipping and bopping around, you never know what's going on.
Oh, absolutely. And so she kind of confirms, like, this is in your head. She says,
for all your supposed darkness, your edge of the razor mystique, there is always a small part of you that thought you could pull me back from the brink of my evil, evil ways. Help me find redemption.
Redemption.
Then the idea of redemption makes Wes do a little think.
Huh.
He thinks hard with his little boy head.
What did?
Redemption. Lady.
Angel.
Redemption. Lady. Angel, redemption, lady.
Me being tortured.
Ow. I'm bad. Faith. Will I ever be moved by something like I was moved by I'm bad? No, I won't. I'm never going to get over it. My life, after.
So good. Again, I miss Eliza Dushku. I hate Hollywood.
I hate Hollywood, and I miss Eliza Dushku, and I watched all of Dollhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Live on Fox, baby.
So Yeah, this director, actually, now you mentioned Dollhouse. Let me go up here. Jefferson Kibbe, which, what a name.
Wow, what a name. Love it.
Yeah, so this was his last directing gig, but like he directed a lot of things, like 4 episodes, like 2 this season, then 2 next season, were like his last directing gigs before he moved on to being a first AD for TV shows.
Oh,
but
wow.
So Dollhouse is one of the shows he did first ADing on, and like the credit they have is Briar Rose, which the episode with Alan Tudyk, a phenomenal episode.
The Jane Espenson penned Briar Rose.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, he like started directing like with 21 Jump Street. He directed Salute Your Shorts, The Commish, Models Inc., Beverly Hills 90210, Sliders,
Dang,
Hyperion Bay, Melrose Place, Baywatch, and then like he's like, I guess I'm just gonna be a first AD, which is like it's like he first AD'd for other Boreanaz shows for both Bones and SEAL Team.
Ooh, hell yeah, dude! First ADs like are no joke.
He got more of a mind for logistics. It seems is what it is. Like if you transition from being a director to first AD, it's that. Like he's like more of a coordinator. It seems, which I understand. If if that's where your mind goes, that's where your mind goes.
That's where your mind goes. And the amount of respect I have for every first AD I've ever met, I could never have my life that together.
Yeah, because assistant is in the title, you would think it's like an inferior role, but no. You have to do a lot of work.
No, you are the person there, especially in episodic television, where your directors are more like guests. Like they're this kind of rotating cast of people. Hopefully they've worked on the show before and they know some things about like the crew, your sets, stuff like that.
But sometimes they're Sean Astin.
But sometimes they're Sean Astin and they don't. And so you have someone like a first AD, which is there hanging out with your director constantly, like making sure everybody's traveling, like on the walkie, talking to all the people and making sure your cast are coming in a timely way, that like your actors are there for rehearsals and stuff like that. Like they are liaising with everybody and they're the go-between between them and the director and helping stitch everything together. It's an incredibly important job.
If anything, it seems like he's like, I had a successful TV directing career and I want to be like a mentor kind of figure. That's what it seems like. Yeah,
I think in a way it's a lot. It can be very similar to like a producer director gig, like if you have the right like first AD. Like if you are being treated really well, I think by your crew, being the first AD can be like an incredibly important, like shepherding person.
Cool. And considering he went on to do 2 other Boreanaz joints, that's a big deal, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hell yeah. Okay. Good for Jefferson Kibbe. He fucking killed this episode. It ruled. I absolutely love it.
It's cool to see Faith doing the Angel wire foo, because they didn't do that stuff really in season 1.
Oh, yeah, absolutely ruled. It looks so, like, both her flips look amazing.
Yeah, we'll see more of that in the next episode, I'll just say. And it's really cool.
So, back into it, Wes chops Lila's head off. He's gotten his catharsis, and now it's time to be done with it. And we see the blood on the axe, and it is over. He is, thought about it, as he's going to think about it. And I think that feels like a pretty big ending for Wes and Lila.
The one time it was good, they apparently did not have the TV on to watch what's going on downstairs. There's also a lot of apartments for rent signs down the basement.
I did not notice that, but yeah, good to know.
I think at one point during the Hyperion's storied lifespan, they were trying to like rent it out as apartments, and then everyone died.
Oh, jeez, poor Hyperion. Then back in our spooky area, Angelus finds the beast. The beast's master is wants Angelus, according to the beast.
Yeah, finds the beast because of Lila's blood. The bone knife is there. Very important.
Very important. He's like, ooh, bone knife. Kind of and the beast's like, yeah, I made it. It's out of me.
And Angelus clearly, Angelus is the one who clocks it. It's clearly, you clearly put yourself into it or whatever. It's like, but yeah. So finally, Angelus and the beast are together. And the beast is like, I never loved you. I actually like my master. They're so much cooler than you.
They rule, and you actually suck. And I'll relay.
They're taller than you too. Yeah,
they're way more awesome. And I will relay my boss's orders to you, which Angelus does not care for.
Me constantly projecting it. Everything's a breakup, and then everyone moves on to someone taller than them. That's me.
No,
I've mostly been fine now. I think I'm very much over her now, but still. every time I bring that up because it's very funny.
I'm so happy to hear this. I'm so fucking happy. Angel's mad. Angelus, I'm happy, but Angelus is mad. He goads the beast into fighting him. He's like, "Call me when your boss wants to talk." And
I was like, "You're so fucking stupid."
Stupid. Then the beast boss shows up.
I'm sorry, it's so embarrassing how Team Angel got like fucking ruined by this guy because he's not smart.
Not smart at all. Like, he is so impatient, too. That's the thing. Like, Angelus, he's a very, very impatient person. If he doesn't get what he wants, he's so instantly annoyed. So, therefore, it would be so easy to manipulate him.
Yeah, and I was like, "Wow, you're dumb and slow," and leaves. And then Cordy's like, "Wow, you're dumb and jealous."
And yeah, it's Cordy. She is confident Angelus will like her offer, once the beast makes it, and says the beast can kill him himself if he doesn't. And then she says, "Give Mama some sugar."
And that's where I like, poor Charisma.
And Charisma has to kiss the big rock because it wasn't enough that she had to kiss the teen boy. Now she has to kiss the big rock. It's almost like someone behind the scenes doesn't like her very much.
Why can't she kiss Gunn?
I would have loved that. Yeah, why couldn't she, if she had been on the other end of the love triangle, trying to make stuff happen, maybe that would have tilted the scales more believably than the whole West thing. I don't know. It's painful. It's not fun to see. And that's really all the answer we get in this episode. It's like, yeah, she and the Beast are in league together and she's the Beast's boss, but who knows why or how, which I think is, while we can't talk about, like, obviously there are reveals yet to come. So I can't talk about the efficacy of this plot line yet. I can only talk about what it's like to be a viewer who has known Cordy is not acting like Cordy for a very long time and is just being told she's evil. We'll get to it later. Because obviously it's not that important. Other things are more important. I need to watch Connor do the same thing over and over again for the 15th time. It just is a bummer. Like, it sells Cordelia out in a way that sucks.
Hi, I'm Dana Schwartz, and this is Rise or Die, the official companion podcast for Peacock's original series, Those About to Die. On this podcast, I go behind the scenes with the show's cast and creators to learn how they brought their brutal vision of Rome to life. I talked to acclaimed director and executive producer Roland Emmerich.
When I saw the first race, I was like giddy.
Actor Ewan Ryan.
For an actor, that's a dream. Although you do get a lot of sand in your sandals.
And so many more.
You helped summon those ghosts back onto that stage.
Every day when I went to set, I was giggling about what I saw.
I think it's going to be a breathtaking thing.
People will freak out.
Rise or Die launches on July 18th. Watch or listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know what lies within nothing?
No.
Do you know where it ends? Do you want to know?
Yes. Counterbalance, a high fantasy audio drama. Season 2, coming 15th of October 2023. Learn more on trilunas.com.
Hello, I'm Simon Jack.
And I'm Sing Sing.
And together we host Good Bad Billionaire, the podcast exploring the minds, the motives, and the money of some of the world's richest individuals.
Every episode, we pick a billionaire and we find out how they made their money.
And then we judge them. Are they good, bad, or just another billionaire?
Good Bad Billionaire from the BBC World Service.
Listen now wherever you get your BBC podcasts.
Then in the Hyperion lobby, Lauren has done the spell. Yay!
Okay. It's like a spell clock. And I will say, to start the scene, just like Connor's face is very funny. It's like real Pete Campbell shit. Like Cordelia is making a very funny face.
He is in grimy little pimp mode.
Yeah. Then he starts bitching, and then Lauren tries to bash his brains in.
The violence with which Lauren runs at him with what I believe is a candlestick, because he's going to kill him Clue style, and bashes it into like a force field that like ricochets him back. I'm so angry that doing that hurt Lauren, and clearly has hurt him for a while, because he like continues to mention that he has a headache, because what he did was so cool and necessary.
The things this fucking bitch has done to Uncle Lauren.
I hate this child. He is evil. He is bad. But the spell works. So great. Wes.
Morgan, no one's born evil, you know?
He was a cute little baby, and I loved him in his overalls. And if I could go back in time, I'd save him before Holtz put him in the
I'm
the
not gonna go kill this baby.
No, I'd never kill the baby. I'd save
Have you
him.
seen HBO's The Baby yet?
No, but I want to read. I know I need to read your review and watch it because it seems really spooky.
It rules.
You know I'm scared of babies.
The baby is so fucking cute, though. That baby is like giving baby Connor Angel a run for their money.
Ooh, that baby was so cute. So Wes is like, here's the plan. We're bringing in Angelus alive. We need our champion. And I'm like, okay, yeah, he's number one on the call sheet, so makes sense.
And I know who we need to help us do it. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do, baby. Cut to women's prison. Wes is here to see Faith. Faith almost immediately notes that Wes is looking real good right now.
Yeah. I'm like,
can we
Faith
talk?
can tell that Wes fucks now.
Alexis got a haircut for this episode. He's looking good.
We love him again.
Yeah, I love him again. It didn't take much. It's embarrassing.
We were so angry. They were like, all is forgiven.
Wes says,
You need to know.
It's Armageddon again. I dig. Last thing he needs me in the mix. Besides, Angel comes shining through in the end like he always does.
Angel's gone, Faith. Angelus is back.
Step away from the glass.
Step away from the glass in my notes has a lot of hearts around it, guys.
Yeah,
can you see?
The most badass fucking moment alive.
I'm sorry, but if I die without somebody saying to me, step away from the glass, I will not have lived a complete fucking life.
It's so cool that she just immediately is like, oh, all right, so this is what needs doing. Get away from the glass, jumps through it, she does a cool
She could have escaped
somersault.
at any moment.
At any point.
Yeah.
The idea that she
could have walked out the fucking door.
She was keeping herself in jail as like personal self-discipline. She was like, because of what I've done, I deserve to be here. And like, this is a place where
Andrew didn't do that.
Yep. This is a place where I can be safe and people can be safe from me. But the second something that she is needed, like, for arises, she immediately is like, awesome, cool. It was actually quite simple for me to get the fuck out of here if I needed to.
She's from Boston, keeps it Spartan, doesn't need any frills. Seems like she's the only one who's taking care of herself. Don't call her loser, she's a bruiser with the power and skill. But the demons deep inside her are the hardest to kill. Faith!
So she somersaults through the glass, she fights some guards, and then she grabs Wes, and they crash through another window and on top of a car. And I just wanted to scream, how did you know that car would be here to break our fall? Fucking Fast and the Furious ass. Put both of them in the Fast and the Furious now.
I just think of medical police where it's like, it's the truck that has like mattresses on it and they miss completely.
It's incredible. Faith, like they roll off the car. Faith says, "Are you okay?" And Wes says, "I'm 555." I've never said a bad
thing about Wesley Wyndham-Pryce in my life.
Never said a bad thing about Wesley Wyndham-Pryce in my life. Never said a bad thing about Angel the series in my life.
I literally spent like 20 minutes last episode in my corner being like, I just really can't get with Wes anymore. I'm over Wes. And in this episode, I was like, Wes.
Wesley, fuck yeah.
Just like put Wes and Faith as a fucking team after what they've been through, after who they once were. Oh God, it's good. It's so good to me.
How do they do this to us?
Sex. Can I tell you
something? Sex is how they do it to us.
I have a personal anecdote to share.
Oh God.
For the pod or
a Morgan
not
story?
The pod?
We'll decide.
Okay.
Oh no.
I recently did read some Buffy fan fiction that I thought was very good and had a lot of ships in it. And its kind of surprising side ship was Faith Wes. And I gotta say, it was very hot. It was great. It was like, by the way, Faith and Wes were dating for a while. And I was like, what? Yeah. Yes. Expand
as long
on
as
that.
It's now, I'm signed up for that.
Yes, it was like post Buffy and Angel, they get together, like post both series, and I was like, wow, hot. And I got a link for anyone who needs it.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Well, LaToya, you'll hate it because it's Rayla.
Faith is no. It's like good that Faith is here for her strength, but mostly I feel like Faith's power is that literally everyone would like to have sex with her. So they're like, whatever you say.
Wesley, yes. Connor, yes. Gunn, yes. Fred even, yes.
Fred is quiet, but I know what she's thinking.
Oh,
Fred is like, hello, I'm Fred.
Hi, I'm Fred. I have my hair down now. I bet she's glad she started dressing extra hot and wearing her hair down now that a pretty girl's around to see it.
Lila is dead in the basement. She still wants to have sex with Faith.
Lila putting her head back on her body to come upstairs and be like, hello, Faith.
Fantasy Cordelia would also want to fuck Faith. This Cordelia, no.
The like 2 seconds that Lila and Faith have together in season 2. Season 1. I'm so sorry. We're so excruciatingly hot. I almost burst into flames. So in a way, it's good that Lila's dead so that I can still function and be here speaking to you both, who I love today, instead of just being dead in a ditch somewhere, having been like blasted
dead
out
under the First Street Bridge
by flames. But good God, we could have had it all with the two of them. This changed my life. He fucking said 5x5. I should hate that because it's like catchphrasey, but instead it just fucking rules. I've been miserable for so long. I'm like, yes, give me. The pander to me. I'm begging. So then in the car, Faith is changing in the backseat. Hot. And Wes is driving, and Faith learns about Connor, learns about Cordy being a divine being, all of that shit.
LOL.
Cool. Very quick. It turns out that you could explain that all very quickly.
I love it. She asks, like, what the hell are you people doing? And he says, leading complicated lives. But no, she's specifically asking about the Unleashing of Angelus, but it does work for everything that's happened.
Honestly, like, I think that comes with a fair amount of judgment as to, like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you? And that is the best that Wes can give, is he's like, I'm actually an anti-hero, Faith.
But also, I gotta know, like, logically, why didn't Wes call Buffy? Does he know what's going on?
I feel like he, like...
You know, she's babysitting a bunch of young women.
He's, like, Faith, like, owes him one. Buffy does not. Like, I think he's too embarrassed to ever talk to Buffy again. Like, anyone who knew him when he was a little dweeb, like, it's so hard to reach out to. Like, what would Buffy even think meeting Wes of now?
She would laugh at him like he's pretending to be a rogue demon hunter. It's like, no, he fucks.
See, I think it's even worse. I think she'd introduce herself. She'd be like, "Hi, I'm Buffy." I think she's completely forgotten. And, like, he's a different guy now. And she'd be like, "Oh, my God, hey, it's really nice to meet you." And he would just be so devastated. It would kill him.
That's the fanfic.
That's it, in my opinion.
Hold on, because you saying that made me think, do you think, because, like, you know, Giles and Ethan Rain, they've got a history, but what about Giles and New West? Do you think there would be any sort of situation there?
Is Giles touching people yet?
Yeah, as of now, he is officially able to touch people again. Yes, he was recently tackled by a trio of Scoobies in the desert.
Okay,
to make sure that he can touch things.
Yeah.
Good.
Fucking idiots.
I love my idiots. Yeah, I think
it's just crazy that, like, Buffy didn't force a hug on him like earlier. Like, come on.
Like, again, I used to think I was a lot like Buffy Summers, but she didn't hug Giles immediately. Could not be me. I love these beautiful people. They're my everything. Faith says that she won't kill Angelus, and Wes is like, "No, yeah, like, same. That's why I got you."
Yeah, that is actually a good point, because, like, Buffy has proven she will kill Angelus.
Which, like, hot of her, but, like, that's not really what we're looking for right now. I think Faith, like, owes him a favor, and she knows that, like, that Faith would want to save Angel. So Faith is like, Wes makes some kind of joke about her maybe being a little rusty. So
he's like, "I'm going to be a rogue watcher now."
He pulls up to, like, a bad area, and vampires attack them immediately. It's so funny that, like, one of them lunges at him and he, like, shoves him, and he's like, "You want her, actually."
And he's like, "No, I don't," to fucking Slayer.
Runs away.
But also, I feel like this counts as everyone being introduced into the episode now after that dude of bolts. Wait, no, the chick who was running. Never mind.
Yep, sorry.
Ignore that question.
So I write in my notes, she is so good and so hot. Wes then says...
Yeah, I mean, I write in my notes also, it's like, yeah, Eliza Dushku, I love her because she looks like she can actually, like, fight and kick someone's ass.
She sells a fight so fucking well. Like I know with Sarah Michelle Gellar, like, she's great at selling those fights. And the thing
she is until
she's tiny.
Once More with Feeling, where we see her punching the bag, and it's like, Sarah, no,
because she's a tiny little thing, and it's like, oh, good, the tiny little thing can do the big punch. But Faith does look like she can actually beat the shit out of you, which I do appreciate in a woman.
And I would like for her to do it to me,
please. I just it started eating my notebook because I've gotten to Wes's next line. Which, after Faith kills the vampires, he says to her, "Thought you could use a little release. Feel natural?" To which Faith replies, "Like riding a biker."
Like riding a biker. Yeah. I'm keeping the whole thing in the whole silence because everybody listening to this podcast is doing the same thing. They're just biting notebooks left and right.
There are really big teeth marks in my notebook right now. Really bad. Yeah. I really got in there.
That's what we call a fucking erotic novel right there. That's what we call that. A fucking riding a biker. Get out of my face, Faith. God damn it. God damn it.
I'm sorry, but the chemistry between them in this moment had me about to die. Like, let them do a little smooch. He's on the rebound. Someone just died. He and Fred, that's going to be like a delicate thing that needs a bunch of time. Like, shouldn't they just, like, bang one out? She's been in prison for a bunch of time.
I would honestly have signed up for the next 4 episodes just being Faith banging various cast members of Angel. You know what I mean? Like just
first is Connor fucking everyone, and now it's Faith.
Connor leaves, and then Faith just like has sex with various members of the cast until we're all happy and satisfied.
The show is now just an arc, like multiple arcs of characters running trains on the other characters, and then they leave.
This is good to me, and I think again, why are we not staffed?
Okay, let me use my brain and my nerdliness real quick.
Please.
To remind people why we should be staffed and get $1 million a week. So when he says, thought you could use a little release, I'm like, that's the next episode, release. Because for this little arc, they like to mention what is going to be the title in the episode before. Ooh. So release is the next one, and then in the next episode, they introduce the title of the episode after that.
Oh, so it wasn't horny at all. This was just an Easter egg. Never mind.
Sure.
I unbite my notebook.
Let me dry this notebook off.
Gonna have to. So then in the lobby, Faith's here. Heart in my notes. Cordy is not stoked about this.
But everyone else is.
Mm-hmm. Faith.
Because here's the thing. Obviously, Cordy has a reason to also not be a fan of Faith. But here it's like, Cordy did not plan for this.
Yes. This is a big hurdle for her. This is an issue. And again, if you are watching this for the first time, you're just like, okay, well, why does it? Like, obviously, this is a problem for Cordy's plan. And if you are someone who likes Cordy, how are you feeling right now? Like, where is your head at? You're just like, okay, my girl's evil now? Like, I guess I'll find out why in a minute? Or is she evil? Or does she know better? Like, you just are in a very confusing space. And not that it's, like, bad to
Why did she say that 80-yard bitch line?
But why'd she say that bitch thing? So... Faith.
Also, Faith puts Connor in his place and he likes it.
Yeah,
and Cordy doesn't like it.
I love that Faith like accepts all of Cordy's criticisms with like so much grace and composure.
Because she sees it as like the normal reaction that Cordy would have for everything that like happened.
Yeah, I was like, look at that growth. Look at that girl. Like, she's just like, absolutely, totally understand, but let's just talk about it on the other side of like all of the really pressing shit going on right now.
They could have used Faith ages ago to tell them all to get over their shit.
The way Faith then turns to Gunn and says his name, I would like to write a poem about it at some point. I'll work on it and I'll workshop it and I'll get it to you guys. I write in my notes, let me at him. Let me at him, let me at him, let me at him, let me at him. Like, they should kiss. Let me have a full Gunn Faith storyline. Like, and again, I'm sorry that I'm just saying that everybody should kiss Faith, because I know she's a character that inspires many different kinds of narratives, not just narratives where people give her a big ol' smooch, but she's so hot, and she and Gunn would be so fucking cool together, and like, she's giving him the eye a little bit. She's like, nice name, like, what's up? And I was immediately goo. I was melted. I was a puddle on my couch.
There's not a reality in my universe where those two don't fuck. I'm sorry.
It just would be so hot.
Amazing.
So then the hunting party.
Why are they doing this to us?
I don't know. It's rude. The hunting party, which is going to be tight, according to Faith, is just going to be Faith, Gunn, Wes, and Connor. Connor's a little bitch. Faith does not give him the time of day. And Cordy clocks that and is like, okay, like, you know, there's a little bit of like instability there. And and clearly, you know, she knows how to manipulate Connor.
Yeah. She can't just faint again, though. That's not going to work this time.
Yeah, another faint won't be enough. Then on the Los Angeles streets, Angel finds a damsel.
Angel.
We see a little blonde woman, innocent, pure, virginal. She's running from creatures that go bump in the night. And who does she find? Oh, a broad-shouldered, handsome man in a leather coat. Will he save her? No, this isn't season 1 of Angel. He's the bad guy who's gonna throw her right in the garbage, like season 1 of Angel. He is like, ha, I'm evil. Then he hears from the guys.
He can't chomp and hear at the same time, apparently.
Nope, no, too loud to chomp. He hears some people talking about how the Slayer is back, and he smiles. In my notes, I have that he smiles, and there is a smiley face with vampire teeth. I did a good job. I'm very proud of my art. Hey, so Angelus, seems to think that maybe Buffy's back, and he seems really excited about that, which is kind of interesting to me.
It seems not for your shipping purposes. He just wants to torture this chick again. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but he also wants to give her a little kiss and then torture, in the middle of the torturing.
He has plans for Cordelia too. She just has to stay down first of all. But now that this blonde chick's here, we can do fuck watch.
Woo! Hit it, bitch.
Flirting, understanding, consent, and kissing. Flirting, understanding, consent, and kissing. Fuck watch.
Who you fucking?
Okay, the cheating begins. I am picking a pair of people, and since I
have a pair too.
Since I have not fucked this pair of people, I am allowed to pick them, and that is 5,000% Faith and Wes. Needed that release, didn't ya? I'm unwell. I would love to pretend that I'm not awful, but the former watcher thing dynamic it's riddled with daddy issues, and it's deeply hot. So you fight me.
They fight over who gets to be the disciplined daddy.
Truly. Two tops fighting.
Faith.
Again, it's that
Faith
Sarah Shahi, Amy Acker, person of interest stuff right there.
Oh yeah, I mean Faith will ultimately win for sure, but it'll be hot to see. That's what I want. What about you guys?
Kristin, you have two as well, apparently.
I do. My duo that I picked is Faith and Gunn. And I actually think that Gunn will prevail as the top of this duo. I think he will. I think
he needs to prevail.
I love that. I love that.
And I am there for it. I will simply just be around for whatever they might need. Even if I just have to hang out, I am picking both of them.
If I got to make a sandwich in the other room for after, absolutely. Whatever anyone needs.
So I'm picking just Faith because I plan to cheat soon enough. Don't worry.
Great.
I have my plans.
Wow.
Good. Good to know.
The little slots and gambling, they just all hit Faith.
What are we doing? Another casino episode?
We won.
Oh, I'm so happy.
I almost picked Deb so that her and I could think about Faith while we had sex. You know what I mean?
Cute, yeah.
I thought she might want to think about Faith and I might want to think about Faith, and that can be fun. But,
yeah, I respect that.
But then Gunn arrived and it was all over.
God.
I mean, and also, plus, now that you know who Deb is, you're a cab. Don't fuck that cop.
Yeah. I didn't know Deb was a former cop.
Flirting, understanding, consent, and kissing. Flirting, understanding, consent, and kissing. Fuck watch.
Okay. Then Angelus goes to a phone booth and calls Buffy's home and speaks to Dawn.
Which we have to talk about for 5 million years because we know of Dawn's memories of Angel. Mm-hmm. She let Riley know all about them.
Uh-huh.
But now they're interacting-ish.
To think about, because obviously, Dawn was implanted in everybody's memories and came to exist in season 5. So technically she and Angel did never know each other, but they both now have memories of knowing each other.
Yes.
What was it like?
So to Angel, there's always been Dawn. They don't think there was a download on the fact that Dawn was a key and nothing.
No, he's just always been Buffy's little sister. So How do you think that was? How do you think they knew each other? What do you think they talked about? Do you think he ever helped her with like her social studies homework? And was like, yeah, I was around then.
It would have had to be like in season 3.
She was
when he
so
was
little, right? She was
it would have been in season 3 when they were trying to be friends, and then like a couple. Season 2, obviously, no, and keep him away from Dawn. Yeah. Keep him away from Dawn.
Oh yeah, got it. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't have to worry about Dawn during season 2.
Where was Dawn in season 1 episode Angel?
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, is she in her other room? Like, she's in the other room, and Angel was just like hanging out there. Like, she was sleeping over there. And when like Joyce came in and moved her diary,
I'm gonna tell Mom you let a boy sleep in your room.
I'm gonna tell Mom. Fucking
everyone
Dawn.
just kept Dawn in the dark. Dawn was the little sister who never got told anything. You know, just go to your room, Dawn. Shut the door.
Dawn have a crush on Xander. When Angel was right there.
Dawn had a little TV in her room.
I guess
so
first 3 seasons, Xander's hot at least.
Yeah. High school Xander, he's a little cute.
She didn't have to like listen to his bullshit at the time. She just like he was cool to her. So
and he probably like ate all her snacks though. So I would hate him. He'd be like, oh,
he was probably also good at like braiding her hair, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because remember how he was perfect at braiding Willow's hair, but Buffy sucked at it.
He practiced on Dawn.
That is like the best Xander moment, actually.
It is 100% the best Xander moment. I just want to think about it. So Angelus is like, hey, Dawn, is your sister around? And he's like, she is. And he hangs up.
I just imagine the other end of the line where you just like fucking potential screaming in the background. And Dawn like trying to get like some quiet so she can talk to Angel.
I just love Angelus. There are a couple of things that Angelus does in this episode that make me fucking die, and one of them is yet to happen. But this one where he rolls up to the payphone and is like, beep, boop, 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 boop. Just like Angelus just like knows Buffy's fucking landline number because Angel knows it because it's 2003. Wild.
But I also wish like a bunch of like vampires knew the Slayer's phone number and were always like, I'm gonna kill you, Slayer.
Prank, is your refrigerator
just
ready?
Writing it on bathroom stalls. Like,
yeah.
for a good
they go
time
full
call.
ghost face. It's like, I'm gonna kill you though, idiot.
She's like, cool, where are you? Let's meet up. I'll murder you.
Buffy, what's your favorite scary movie?
My life.
Okay, Patrick Dempsey.
I just love I fucking love it. He goes, oh, it's the other one. Hangs up.
He's so annoyed. He was so excited to fuck with Buffy again.
He hates Faith. It's so funny to me.
Well, his thing with Faith is just like, she's so thirsty. Remember how much she wanted to fuck Angelus?
Yeah, he's just like, ugh. Which, I mean,
the desperate one.
He does not care for anyone who is even moderately desperate, as he proved in the bar with that gal.
As evil as she was still human. So, like, he doesn't care about that shit.
Yeah, he's not interested. So then on the streets, Connor is very sure he is hot shit. And frankly, it is embarrassing. That's the first bullet point in my notes.
It is, but also, like, he seems to actually be, like, Carter seems to be having fun in their interaction, so I like it.
I appreciate that, like, there's at least, like, a game
It's like the
there.
Gunn stuff last episode, yeah.
There's, like he's trying to be cool, and she's shooting him down, and he's, like, kind of loving it. Like, that, there's at least something going on there. They are on Angelus's trail. They're sneaking through the spooky area. Faith says, watch the perif. Hearing Faith say a dumb abbreviation makes my heart sing a sweet little abbrev. As someone who loves to shorten words pointlessly, I just was so happy to hear this. Connor cuts off some.
Remember that time Buffy called Faith F because she was trying to get back at her for calling her B?
Yeah, and it's just like, that doesn't sound cool.
This is embarrassing, Buffy. Don't do this.
Buffy, please.
Gotta probably, I don't know, F.
Anyway, F. Honey, no. You're cool so many other times. So Connor cuts the head off some vampire that pops out at them, and Faith's like, go the fuck home. Like, you thought that was Angelus. You are not listening to me. I told you this is a salvage mission. Like, fuck off. They do a little fight because Connor is a little bitch, and
she whoops his ass.
She whoops his ass, points a crossbow at his chest, and
because I don't think he realizes, like, so Connor has, like, vampire strength and everything like that. Slayers are stronger than vampires, as Angel made clear when Buffy showed up and was a little bitch to him.
Yeah. I love that she just, like, lays his ass out, and she, like, has him at crossbow point, and then says,
Are you a murderer? Because I am.
She's like, I, like, with you or Angel, and she's like, I wouldn't pick you. Well, this is the coolest thing anyone's ever said. She's so fucking cool.
Yes, she is. Gunn is understandably smitten. I could tell.
Yeah, you can see him in the back. He's like, all right. Yes, very cool, very cool. Connor leaves.
I also, just to make sure any listeners don't take things the wrong way, when I call Buffy a bitch, I am specifically quoting Iron Madison III discussing Buffy when she comes to Los Angeles.
When Buffy comes to Los Angeles, she is a bitch. Iris said it, and he was right to say it. And as a Los Angeles bitch myself, I feel like I'm allowed to say it. And you as well, LaToya. So we then have this little...
We get our matching tattoos. LA bitches.
So we have this Faith and Wes, like, aside. Faith's like, I can track Angelus. Like, we don't need smelly boy.
Yeah. Smelly boy, smelly boy,
literally.
But yeah, she reminds him, like, Slayers are fucking trackers too, dumbass.
Yeah, I can fucking do it. And then, like, we'll get the drop on him, only to see that it turns out Angelus knows they're coming because there's a big spray-painted dirty bed sheet that says "Welcome Faith" in all caps.
Is that from fucking Connor's, like, man cave or his taxidermy home? Like, come on.
Is it even a sheet? It's like 4,000 bed sheets. It's huge. It's so big.
I think it's a tarp. Maybe it's a tarp.
Perhaps a tarp. Just show me the footage. I want to see Angelus spreading out the tarp.
He didn't do it. It was definitely his henchman, 100%.
Which
He's
henchman?
Like, do this.
The two dudes under the bridge?
Yeah.
Don't do that to me. I want to see this fucking vampire.
Angelus didn't do this shit.
Look at Banner, Faith. Like, it's so funny. And they're like, okay, well, I guess he knows.
And Faith's like, I'm going to do some of the angel wire foo. I'm here now.
Yes. So she's going to go high. Wes is going to go low. Wes fights the minions. They break his little sword. Aw, very sad. Then in the warehouse, Faith says, come out and give me a kiss. I will. She has to descend a spooky staircase, kind of like going into the belly of the beast, which is very scary.
Literally.
Because then she...
And then Angelus is like, yeah, we've never actually met because in enemies, it was a little trick.
Yeah.
A little prank.
Because that wasn't real, in case you're thinking about that, because he was just acting, which I love. I love when Angel acts.
Yeah.
We should get a side-by-side
Faith is the second best actor.
Angel acting as Angelus and Angelus acting as Angel and see which is the better actor. Who's the better actor?
Oh,
I think Angel.
It's hard.
I think Angel.
I think Angel.
I think Angel's better. Yeah, because he got Faith, but also, like, that was just like wish fulfillment.
He got us all back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Enemies is so important. Like, I don't even have time. Like, I can't. I'm just, I'm thinking about.
Everyone looks good in that episode. Also, by the way, I'm just thinking about it. Like, they all look great.
They all look so hot. I'm thinking about the being against the wall. I'm thinking about
Psych.
Morgan. Come on, this episode has already gotten us all worked up. You can't bring this shit into the mix.
Remember when Buffy says psych?
Yes, I do remember she says psych.
Okay.
Remember the kiss on the forehead?
Everyone
just
needs
the forehead.
Everyone needs a timeout. Everybody go
It
to
wasn't
the
supposed to
corner,
be just
go
on
to
the forehead, that's for sure.
Okay.
Damn network. Damn WB. It wasn't supposed to be just on the forehead.
I was just talking about that fucking...
Wait, they were going to kiss for real?
Censored kiss. Yes, they were supposed to kiss on the mouth, Morgan. On the mouth. God damn it.
Morgan's frozen.
I can't believe that we just got to tell Morgan this. What an honor and a privilege.
I didn't know.
Yes, Faith and Buffy were supposed to kiss on the mouth, and fucking Standards and Practices, or whoever the fuck makes those decisions, was like, nope.
Well, I would like to talk to that person and have a discussion with them. No tricks, no fights, just an honest discussion.
Sure. You have the beast bone dagger behind your back.
I do. And you guys, I am shoving all of this information I've just received down because I know we got to keep going. This is when Angelus is like, hey, it's me and the Beast. Thought you'd like a threesome. And Faith says, sure, let's get it on. And they start fighting. Cool.
Yeah, this is where I'm like, yeah, it looks like Eliza can actually kick ass.
Yes.
And of course, as we all know, Faith has a very specific fighting style. So like, it's like you know a Faith fight from a Buffy fight.
Yeah, like she's much more of like a bruiser, and she's really like she's throwing big old hooks, which rules. I write in my notes: Beast strong, sad face, and leave my wife alone.
Yeah, I have Angelus really just using it as a crash test dummy and distraction. Like, God, the Beast is so stupid.
Yeah. Then with Wes and the minions,
Kristin is about to say something.
I have something to say about this fight, which I don't know if now is the moment to say it, but this is the only like non-me screaming about Faith being here thing that I would like to talk about, which is that in the Buffyverse, we have very recently watched Buffy get the shit kicked out of her by Turok. She eventually killed him. So good on her.
Yes.
But like we saw her beat up in a way that like you don't often see there. And one moment in that fight, she spit her own blood in Turokon's face. So when I was watching this, I was like, whoa, because it's very similar the way that Faith is being beat the fuck up. You do not see that. And then Faith spits her fucking blood in the Beast's face. So it just, I don't know
I think
what there is.
It's very much intentional, I believe.
Right?
And also, it's worth noting that Faith, despite getting the shit kicked out of her, she still actually does better than Angel did.
Yeah, she does well in this fight. And she also...
Remember, Angel like went through like flights. He fucking died.
He got thrown off a building. And also like just like the spitting the blood in the eyes, it's not just badass. Like it's also a good defensive move. You want to blind your assailant. Smart. She's such a fucking badass. She gets knocked down, she's stomped on. She is just so cool. Meanwhile, Wes is like fighting the minions. There's a chain involved. Angelus is watching Faith get the shit beat out of her. And he's like, someone should really break this up.
The way Angelus distracted the Beast from being pissed at him.
Come on. The Beast is not smart. The Beast is like, you have no real power, Slayer. And Angelus kills him with his own blade, and he's so stoked his plan worked.
I knew it. Fucking dork.
Dumb little boy.
I love him. That was great. He talked too much, but I love that.
I loved that very much. He's so stoked that he was right. Except the sun comes back, so his minions disappear, and now, things are way less chaotic around Los Angeles.
Yeah. So this begins people thinking Faith did this. Because Wes clearly thinks Faith did this.
Yeah, Angelus is like, the sun's back. Oh, no. Well, cost of doing business.
He was hoping that was just Angel's fantasy.
Yeah. Faith breaks a window to bring in some sunlight, so Angelus can't attack her, which is very smart. He goes, okay, I guess it'll be a rain check on me eviscerating you. And he leaves. Bye.
After he winks.
Ooh, a wink.
There's a wink.
Oh,
there's a little wink.
There's always a wink. He's so saucy. Angelus loves a wink. So then...
Also, don't forget that earlier in the episode, one of the first things that fucking happens is that Angelus does one of his classic, I'm going to jump out the window with my leather coat behind me moves.
I did write in my notes that he swan dove out of the window. We just didn't talk about it, but it is in my notes.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I just wanted to make sure it was in the app,
Thank you both for bringing it up. I'm so sorry that I didn't talk about him leaping with his leather jacket flapping in the wind. What do you think it sounds like?
He wants to be Batman so bad, like it's all he wants.
Let him. So then we go to the Hyperion courtyard. Yay!
Yay!
The sun's
I also
out.
write yay in my notes. Fred and Lauren in courtyard. Yay!
I wrote yay, sun.
One brain cell.
Very fun. And there's something where it's beautiful, isn't it? And Gunn kind of looks at Fred, and something about that made me very sad. And Connor Angel's like, wow, Faith did pretty good, huh? Looks like I have a new mommy that I have a crush on.
New sex mom.
Yeah, new sex moms in town. Then
what is it? So in We Ate Movies, they do a Patreon exclusive, which is Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place.
Okay, great.
And for Andrew Shue's character, they're always they are not charitable to him, but they're always talking about how his whole thing is he wants his sex mom.
That is
Allison, you're my sex mom.
That is Connor's whole thing.
Yes.
He wants a sex mom. Well, speaking of, our next scene takes place in Cordelia's room.
He's like, I'm gonna go tell Cordelia the good news.
Yeah, Connor comes in and he's like, the sun's out. Cool, right? And Cordelia's like, yeah.
I gotta give Kristin credit for her very dry, Perry Gilpin-esque dry. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful.
Connor is a new crush. It's Faith. Cordelia notes this.
Calls her incredible.
And says, weakness for slayers. You're definitely his son. And I'm like, we know.
Just like his father.
They're the same. And she tells him that something has happened.
Yes, and then I gotta say, I'm loving the score choices in this final scene. Hilarious.
I am so unwell at this point.
At this point, though, I'm allowing it just because we know something is terribly, terribly wrong, and they are acknowledging it now, at least.
At least, yes, it's true. She says we're having a
so
baby.
So now I can take the humor of it all.
Yeah,
and he's like, wait, what? And I'm like, does Connor not know where babies come from? But no, but his thing is no. It makes no sense because she's very pregnant, and we know that this is all taking place in a very short span of time.
Yes.
So
he says it's impossible. She makes him touch her belly, and
she says, touch it.
She says, we're connected now forever. And they do a little kissy, and then they seem to be about to have more sex, and then it goes to black,
so
and I throw up.
It starts with a scary score when she's like, I got a bun in the oven, which I say that because Rebecca Michelson always says that on the originals. Yes. So that's why I say bun in the oven now. But then when it's we're connected now, it was spooky piano music, and that fucking rules, actually.
Oh, yeah. We're playing this for full horror at this point.
Yes.
No part of you is supposed to be aw. Every part of you is supposed to be
even when they were fucking during the Reign of Fire, it was not this is horrifying. It's yeah, this is upsetting for Angel and also us because we have eyes. But yeah, this is bad. Bad.
Yes, in that moment, it's
not good.
This is very bad for Angel to see, and you can make your own judgments. But for this, they're spooky music. Know that this is not good. And I'm like, okay, I agree. I just hear spooky music when I see them.
No, you hear the Kill Bill sirens when you see them.
It's very, very upsetting. And that's how we end. Faith is here, but the vibes have not been entirely unfucked, unfortunately.
I will allow the fucked vibes now that it's just at least where you're saying this is fucked and it's wrong and bad. Before they weren't doing that, and we had to keep saying it ourselves.
I agree. It's much better. It's just, we're at the point in the marathon, stuff's chafing. I've got pee running down my leg. We're all tired.
What?
You know.
Why can't anyone go to the bathroom?
You can't pee during when you're running a marathon, right? Where do you pee?
I was thinking like just watching things marathon, not running marathon.
No, running marathon. Like I'm like.
So now I know you're talking about like David Wayne and New Girl. Like I'm
peeing. Yes. I am absolutely talking about David Wayne and New Girl. And I'm talking about the fact that, like, despite the fact that I think this is a much stronger episode in general than what we've been given recently, I still, like, I'm dealing with the exhaustion of all of it before. And it's hard to, like, even though I want to be more charitable, I'm so tired. But this was much better, and I love seeing my beautiful wife.
It's also what I've said in general about season 4 is that, like, I think it works very much as like it's like a binge watch thing. But of course, you're watching this weekly, and then with breaks, everything. And we are not watching this necessarily weekly, and also either. But like, it works better on binge, I would say in general.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I want to get to the thing,
please. So soon we will get to the thing, but at least this week we've had our beautiful, beautiful girl. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. So happy to be here with her. Do we now if I were Team Angel and if I were Faith and I'd just gotten out of jail, and I probably haven't been watching a lot of TV lately.
You flipped the script.
Wow, just
I could
putting
do Team
LaToya
Angel
on the spot.
You have to tell me if you're going to change it. Like it was going to be for a specific character.
Sorry, if Team Angel, Faith's back. Team Angel's going to settle in, watch a little something, show her what she's been missing on the old boob tube. What do you think they should all sit down and watch?
Angel is a vampire. Does he even like TV?
I think he'll like the WB.
They got that hot teen drama to ease the pain and trauma. And here's the episode that he needs to see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I was struggling again, so I'm sorry to go back to the Buffy well for what to watch. But as mentioned, watch 217 Passion and 317. Wow, the synergy. Enemies.
Yes.
Those are very important to everything that's going on and to learn about Faith as well.
I think Gunn and Connor will love these episodes.
And not specifically, and Fred.
Oh,
Fred in the background.
Fred being like,
watch him.
Little kiss on the forehead.
Fred taking notes.
Okay.
There's no way Faith is going to watch Enemies and not give Buffy a little call. You know what I mean?
Hey,
just
what's
like,
up?
hey, babe. Hey.
How's it going?
Buffy, how the fuck did you get out?
I'm going to put you back in prison myself.
I'm a cop now.
Well, she probably
Buffy,
still
we love
does
you. I'm
have
so
some
sorry.
handcuffs,
She probably
so.
does, yeah. Ooh.
Just saying.
But we love you. But also, and just a fun little aside. When I was like looking into like trying to find something to choose, I learned that Eliza was part of the 2005 off-Broadway Dog Sees God cast. Which, if you don't know Dog Sees God, it's Peanuts, but like it's Riverdale before Riverdale existed, basically. Mm-hmm. So it's that, and because she's in the cast with Ian Somerhalder, who I always knew because he plays Linus.
Who does she play?
In that. I don't remember who she plays actually. I didn't go through all of it, but that cast also had America Ferrera, Ari Grainer, Logan Marshall Green. Yeah, Eddie K. Thomas, who I was like, should I do like an off-center episode? I'm like, no, it's not gonna be. Dope. It was that or Jamie Kennedy Experiment.
X.
But yeah, I was like, it was interesting. Ian had to replace Michael Rady, which is
oh wow,
yeah, what a cast in general.
Yeah,
like I always wanted to find a bootleg of it, honestly. Yeah.
Oh God, I wish we had more access to live theater stuff. But alas, we are in Los Angeles.
She probably was Lucy.
I feel like that she has big Lucy energy, you know?
I almost shouted, maybe she was Lucy. Because
right?
she gives me Lucy vibes.
She gives me,
yeah.
She can do a trick on me with a football any day.
No, that sounded dirty.
I know, I didn't mean it to.
There's like no way to talk about Eliza in this episode of Pod without sounding like we always mean having sex.
I just want to say that I love Faith so much, and like respect the character and do not just rampantly sexualize her every second that I see her. But she's also very hot, so it's hard not to. But I'm so excited. I've always thought that Faith and Angel had like a very important and interesting relationship. I think that Faith gets to slow down and be explored in a lot more depth sometimes when she's on Angel than when she was on Buffy, and I really appreciate it. Like, because she's especially, I think she's a more interesting character when she's not always existing in relation to Buffy. So I just love being with her in Angel, and I'm really excited for this arc with her because she's the best ever. I love her. That's all I've got.
Would you say that she's like 5x5?
Yeah, she's 5x5. I love her.
5x5 again. Fuck Hollywood. Yep. Fuck Michael Weatherly. I'm just gonna go through like all of it. Fuck that piece of shit.
Absolutely fuck him. And I don't know. Do we have anything else? Anyone else want to add anything before we scoot?
I should probably leave my corner now.
Oh yeah, I think we have the longest
We're gonna say that
Kristin's corner in.
I don't know if we should say this is a corner or say that you featuring you in this episode. Honestly, I think it counts you as a guest star.
I also don't mean to over-sexualize Faith, but like if she wants to join me in one of the other corners in this room, I'm here. You know what I mean? Like I'm just around. If she wants to talk,
sexualize her based on our three-dimensionality of this character. We love every facet of this character, and that's what makes us sexualize her.
That's what makes her sexy. Yeah, is that she's like a full person with like a lot of like complicated baggage and texture and all of that stuff. Like she feels so real to me, which is awesome.
And also like credit to Eliza for, because like we met her in universe in season 3, but then she returned, and when she returned it was like, ooh, she's different, like she's changed, this is wild, and she's doing it all over again in the Angelverse, and it's still another level. Like she is definitely grown up. She is she still has all of her Faithisms, but just like props to Eliza for being able to make fucking so many entrances in this universe and always having us be like, oh shit.
It's really great, and that's why it's just cut this out.
But anyways, that has been our ep. If you would like to follow us on socials, you can do so at Angel on Top Cast. You can go either Twitter or Instagram. We're on both, and we're super fun, so you should follow us.
Are we super fun, Morgan? What's happening right now?
I did a post about Charles Gunn and flamethrowers and about how hot he looks with them. I think that's pretty good.
That was a while ago. That was a while ago. Oh, you did another one?
Yeah.
Oh, you did another one. Okay, never mind.
I thought you were being like LaToya of when this episode airs, and I was like, that's unfair. Morgan couldn't have acted in the future.
It's today. At time.
Okay, you did another one because I remember the original one. But
thank you.
Actually, no, that was a crossbow. Never mind. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm a dumb bitch.
Thank you. So you can you can follow us on socials. You can go to angelontop.com to support us on Patreon, which we super appreciate and is very helpful. And if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so at Lorgan Lutich. Kristin, since we're technically in your corner, where can the people find you?
I'm in my corner, bitch. Find me. You know what I mean?
Go to Kristin's
You can listen
corner.
to me talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer if you want to on this like really, really shitty podcast called
She said it! We got it! We got her in 4K!
The Vampire Slayer. But I actually was tweeting some shit about Faith just this very day at Kristin Nolene, so you can find me over there.
Let me look at everyone's
get
tweets
on my hot
now.
Faith take.
Hell yeah.
After I missed the Hayden Panettiere news, what's wrong with me?
Not been on Twitter enough today. Speaking of, LaToya, where can the people find you, and should they?
Find me at LaFergs, whatever. Just don't be a menace.
Please online responsibly.
On Twitter, obviously. I don't do Instagram. Don't try to find me on Instagram.
Yeah. So please internet responsibly, kids. And on that note, you are now checking out of the Hyperion. Ding, ding.
Talmor, Sheshin Marachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming, and death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Ah, the web tore. Those that both created and were created by the threads disentangle from the fringes to feast on the very thing that spawned them.
What's up, Timmy? This is how you deal with weird!
No! Do not harm my children!
Oh, you lost a feather. Can I keep it?
No, you can't force me to!
Do you know what lies within nothing?
Rocket is in trouble, Akasa! Can we turn on the windshield remotely?
No, she could lose her job as an Akasar.
I don't fear Vehar.
No, but you fear me. If you intend to trick me, I will not hesitate to sever the oath bond entirely.
Why didn't you help me? Coward! I don't have a parachute! I don't like free falling!
Counterbalance, a high fantasy audio drama. Season 2, coming 15th of October 2023. Learn more on trilunas.com.